Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. This is your host, Keely Austin. Today is September 10th. It is Thriving Thursday. Excited to be here. We've got a fantastic trainer with us today. Today we'll be learning from Wanda Carrasquillo. Wanda has an amazing story, and I really love that she spends every Thursday with us. She spends an hour with us and really has a great way of just being interactive with all of us and really getting some of us to open up and be vulnerable and just share with us maybe something that we need some help with our business. And she has done a fantastic job at tying in personal development and mindset training with our business, which is absolutely crucial to have the right mindset to be able to really succeed in anything in life. So I'm grateful for Wanda for spending her mornings with us on Thursday. So a little bit of Wanda's background. She was born in Puerto Rico and she earned herself 2 master's degrees in education despite having many life challenges. And in her career, she succeeded only to an extent where she would continue to hit the ceiling every time she tried to reach higher. And she definitely has an entrepreneurial spirit. She has shown that with us, with her success with Renatus. But at the time, any entrepreneurial like any
attempts.
Thank you. Any time that she tried to do anything with the business, it just wouldn't work out. And so here she is with Renatus, and it was about 3 or 4 years ago that Wanda found Renatus. And what she's been able to do is just so inspiring. She's exceeded her income goals in less time and in less effort. And her first 8 months alone, Wanda earned herself 6 figures and has continued to do so each year after. She's completed around 20 real estate transactions. So not only is she killing it on the real estate side, but she's also, again, very successful on the marketing side. She's on the PIT team and recognized by our CEO, Bob Snyder, as a key leader. She's in training to be on the President's Advisory Council. That's a big deal. She's built a large team of entrepreneurs, and we are so fortunate to get to learn from Wanda this morning. Good morning, Wanda.
Good morning, Keely. Thank you so much for that introduction. You're always doing such a good job. And I was looking at you and how now your voice sounds like you are smiling and excited about this. And I compare with at the beginning when you started hosting the calls and you were more timid, more kind of nervous. And I can see your growth and your development. So thank you for all the hard work that you put every day to put this together and for also develop yourself to be a better person, because that's what it's all about. Every day we have to wake up with a new attitude, with a new desire to become a better person. And I want to title this conversation today, Be Better, Be Bigger, and Be Stronger. Be better, be bigger, be stronger. So every day and every week, sometimes I bring you stories, but this week, and pretty much the last few weeks have been very difficult for me. And I'm trying to stay afloat. You know how you see those ducks, like when they are in the water and you see them very calm on top of the water, really calm, but underneath, you know that they're making a big effort to be calm in top of the water, but their feet on the bottom are like struggling like this. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel right now. But, you know, needless to say, this is an opportunity for me, and I'm bringing this up as a story, but this is every time you feel that way, you're feeling that you are kind of calm and everything on top of the water, like the duck is swimming, but you feel that your feet are really struggling to keep you afloat. That is the opportunity that you have to become bigger, better, and stronger. And how are we going to do that? Because that's not easy. I'm telling you, it is not easy. I'm trying myself, and I'm doing a lot of things, but it's not easy. And one of the things is the self-confidence formula, obviously, that you have to be confident with yourself. And this week, I was just reviewing my Prophet courses, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start my next class. I haven't finished all of them, but I'm working on it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna jump to my next class. And I was just making a review like, oh, I finished all 3 Woody's classes. But when I enter and I finish my color, so I have all of those checked off. And when I enter my coursework, I noticed that Woody's classes were not done. I'm like, I finished all of them. So in my mind, I finished. But when I look in the system, I had not finished. And what happened was that I started the personal development, but I did not finish the personal development. The other 2 are done, and that one wasn't. But, you know, sometimes we fight with the reality. And it's like, I finished. But needless to say, the system doesn't say I finished, I need to do it. So I started doing it, and it was right at the point to receive the message I needed on that moment. Because in personal development, Woody have done a terrific job on the Prophet courses to get you back into a reality. What are you going through right now that you either make it that is real, or is the truth? He talks about the truth versus the belief. Truth versus belief. What are you believing that is making you continue to be just kind of like little doggy, just paddling to stay afloat? What are you believe? What are your fears that are only beliefs that are not truth? And when I was growing up, I grew up with this myth that my hair is a bad hair. Why? Because it's curly. And I read another post this week about one of the ICMs who also posted about her hair. And I'm like, okay, I feel your pain, because I grew up, you know, my hair is really, really curly and I don't like it. Everybody told me that was a bad hair over here. Curly hair is a bad hair. So what do you think? You know, little girl thinking I have a bad hair. I don't want to have bad hair. I want to have it straight. So that is a reality versus a belief. So all my years, not until I started to coach with Woody, that came through, and I have to work through it. And he's like, is that the truth or that's a belief? And it's really a belief, because if you go to Africa, you go to other places, curly hair are beautiful. I mean, when I see it in somebody else, it's beautiful. But for me, if I put it on as curly, I don't like it, because to me, in my brain, it's bad. So what I'm trying to explain in here is that the way that we can get off to become stronger and bigger and bigger, stronger, and better is the fact that we need to start looking at our truth, not our belief. So define the beliefs and start breaking through those beliefs to really find the truth. So my hair, Woody helped me to go through that. It's like, is that the truth or that's a belief? Well, it's really a belief. It became a truth for me because that's what I heard. Everybody said that. All to today, everybody says that. And now I come to understand, no, my hair is so good that if I want it curly, I keep it curly. And if I want it straight, I put it straight. So I can have the best of both worlds. So I did a reassociation in my brain to accept that my hair is not bad. My hair is so good that I can put it both ways. Curly, if I feel to, or straight if I feel to. The same thing is like in Woody's class, he gave an example about denim jeans. So he said, okay, if this is a jean, anywhere in the world that you go with jeans, they're jeans. That's the truth. Whether they're comfortable, whether they're in style, whether they're feel good is the belief. So what we need to define now, what are the things that you have in your life that are causing you to be pedaling all the time and instead of being calm completely, that are keeping you afloat, but are beliefs that you need to reassociate in your brain and change in order for you to become better, bigger, and stronger. Okay, so I found some says that says there are not losers, only oh, I can wrote it over there. There are no losers, only learning. So basically, sometimes you feel like a loser. You feel like, oh my goodness, I'm not selling enough. Like right now, I feel like, wait, my sales are not coming through or whatever. But wherever wherever your thoughts and your words go, that's where your energy is going to flow. So stop feeling that way, because that's where your energy is going to go. So that's the number one thing that we need to realize, that we need to feel like everything that is happening is a learning. It's not, you're not losing, you're learning. There an opportunity for you to go to the next level, an opportunity for you to grow and learn, become bigger, better, and stronger. The other things that I wanted to mention is that there are no failures, only only opportunities. So there are no failures, only opportunities. And that one, I knew it for a long, long time, because for many years, you know, when I was raising my children by myself and all of that, I felt, you know, like so many challenges, so many, and I even took away the word problems out of my vocabulary. So if somebody said, do you have problems? No, I don't have problems. I have opportunities for me to learn and grow and get closer to my God. That's what I have. So everything, but it's not easy. You know, I'm not telling you that it's easy. I do it. I have it in my brain. I switch my association with what is problem and the reality of a problem or opportunity, but it's not easy. I know. I've been there, done that. I'm doing it right now. I'm struggling on switching. But when you see things as opportunity for you to grow, then things are going to be smooth and you're not going to be paddling so much. And the other one is there are not problems, there are solutions. There are no problems, there are solutions. And that's true. Every time, for every problem, there's a solution. So for every solution, there are a problem, right? So for every problem, there is a solution. That's what you need to say. Okay, I have this challenge, I have this situation. What is the solution? And the solution will come if you ask yourself. So how can we become bigger, better, and stronger? It's just by switching your mentality, believing in, and then recognizing what is truth versus belief. What is the truth versus the belief? If it's true that my hair is bad, or that's a belief? That's really a belief. No, my hair is so good, so I will associate my hair is so good that I can have it straight or I have it curly. There are some people who like to have it curly and they have it straight and they can't even make it curly for one curl. That's a situation. I don't know the solution. Maybe they need to do a perm, right? But for me, I have that capacity, and that my hair goes both ways. So if you see those situations and you switch in your mind your perspective and you switch and reassociate the things that are happening around you, you will become stronger and better and bigger. So let's open up a conversation now and see what are the things that you feel that are stopping you or keeping you afloat, and you are just kind of pedaling on the bottom and try to stay afloat, that you need to reassociate. What are some of those things if you catch, you know, the feeling of this conversation? Because if we don't decide what are the things that we need to continue on, you're going to get stuck. You have to define it. You have to find your truth and break through those items in order for you to move forward. And in order for you to say, you know what, this is only a situation. What do I have to do to grow and to learn from this situation to get me closer to my goals? Do I have to make $40,000 from now to December? Yes, this is my case. Yes, I have to do that. But how I'm going to do it is through switching my mentality every day to have the confidence that I can do this and have the feeling that this is possible. And that will make you bigger, stronger, and better. Okay, so any thought, any comments about the things that I'm discussing right now? Gilda,
Hey,
you
hey,
open.
Wanda, this is Alvin.
Alvin, go ahead. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. What you've been talking about, it kind of reminds me of before when you talked and you always talked about staying internal.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. So could you explain that again to me? I wanted to make
Yes.
sure I understand that.
Thank you so much, because thank you so much, Alvin, to remind me of that point, because that's one of the points. Let me give you an example. There was an occasion in which I probably don't have to say this example. I don't want to, I know that, no, I'm not going to say that example. Let me think about another one. But basically, going internal or be external. The thing is that, and I personally, for me, I'm a validator. So as a validator, I look to be recognized. I look for recognition. I look for popularity and so on. So let's say I walk into a room and nobody say hi and nobody acknowledge my presence. If I am external, that's gonna make my mood go down. Even if I dress up so nicely and walk through that room like I'm the queen, and if nobody notices it, I am going to feel bad because I am looking for external validation, and all of that will affect my drive. But if I have met my drive before I walk into that room, and I said, you know what, I am the queen regardless, and you believe it, and I know it's true, I walk into the room, if nobody say anything to me, I feel good because I'm internal. I know who am I, and I'm going to be in. So basically, going internal versus being external will make you stronger, because when you're external, those things are going to affect your mood. They're going to make you react. I got to tell you, this is real, and I'm living this like day by day. My dad is a validator. He doesn't know about drive, so I'm just kind of studying, have a case study with him about the things that he does or whatever. But he basically every time he cooks for me, he loves cooking, so he cooks. And I always like to thank him for whatever he did, and I always like to say good things and everything of everything that he does. But what happens is that when he, if I don't say it, his face is like this. Mm-hmm. But when I said, oh my goodness, this tastes so good, this is so delicious, he's like, you know. And when I haven't said it, like he gave me the plate, and if I smell it and I haven't said a word, he's like, what do you think? Is it good? So he's asking me for that validation. So that is being external. That's totally being external, not being internal. So when you go internal, being external will help you to switch your mood to go sad and angry and have all these bad feelings, versus being internal will help you to stay upbeat and be happier. That makes sense?
Yes, it's a great explanation, because there's someone I want to explain that to. So I'm glad you you broke it down so I can explain it to them.
Yes, and it's so important. Those two concepts, belief versus the truth, and being internal versus external, is like key for your success. Is key, because that's your energy is gonna flow that way depending how you present. And you know, people feel it. People feel it. When you're external, when you don't have the confidence, when you are when you are external and you don't have the confidence and you're in front of your customer, they're gonna feel it. Oh, they don't have confidence. There's something fishy here, don't you think? I don't think she's telling me the truth. People are gonna feel that way. So you have to be internal, have that confidence, have that emotion to project that to your customers so they can believe you and trust you. Remember, people do business with people they trust.
Thank
Hey,
you so
Wanda.
Good.
Oh.
Yeah, then let's Alvin finish your thought.
Oh, okay. No, I was just gonna comment on his.
Yeah, go ahead, Alvin.
I was just saying thank you for that explanation. That really makes it clearer to me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And this, oh my goodness, I get really involved with this topic, and I have been with Woody in so many conversations about this that I truly believe is this the reality. And becoming internal is going to help you to be bigger, stronger, and better. Tell me, Gilda.
Okay, yeah, I was just gonna, add something to Alvin, what you were giving earlier about your hair. So growing up, you probably heard that from around you, that having a curly hair is a bad hair. And then so you were being external growing up, and that's why you feel bad about your hair. So when you actually realize, when you get this coaching from Woody, that your belief became a reality to you, and that's when you were able to switch it. So that's a good example of, for your question, Alvin, to what's being external and internal. So like what Wanda was giving.
Can I speak really quick, Wanda? This is Sue.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Can you help explain the internal and external a little bit more? I need clarification because I'm not clear on that.
Yes. Let's give you another example. I just explained, like, if you walk in a room and like a validator, but let's think about any other drive. In other drive,
well, I'm a relator, so I don't know if you could do it.
Yeah, with relators, obviously everything is about being friend and your relationships, right? So
correct.
When you are if you are external, let's say somebody didn't call you, or they didn't give you the happy birthday, or bring you call you for your birthday or something like that, you're being external.
Mm-hmm.
And because you're expecting people to call you for your birthday because you feel, oh, this is a great relationship, how they didn't call me. Okay. And that's pretty much being external. But if you are internal, then you say, it's okay, it's my birthday, I celebrate it. If Wanda didn't call me, it's okay. You see? But then you're not going to feel bad about it because you're being internal. But if you are expecting Wanda's call and Wanda didn't call you, you being external, you're going to feel bad. Oh my goodness, she didn't call me in my birthday. You see? Because you value that relationship so much.
So it's almost like you're being a victim in a sense if you're being external. Oh, yeah. Is that kind of the way to understand it?
You can put it that way. You're going to become victim of the circumstances in any way.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Okay.
The other day I was talking to a lady and she's like, oh, I have cancer. I have this since I was 14. I have this, I have that, I have that. And I said, if you don't mind, may I give you a suggestion? If you want to do this, you want to start conquering. And you have to forget that past. and you have to live in the present and this moment and move forward. Because as you continue to drag your past and your experiences from that past, and don't take me wrong, you're not going to avoid them, you know, because all my experiences from the past have made me the person who I am right now. But I don't want you to be feeling like, oh my goodness, you know, this happened to me. I got divorced with 3 children. It's over, it passed. I cannot do anything about it. You know, I just can be present and move forward. If I continue to live in that, with those emotions, then it's like, okay, I'm being external and I'm not accepting the reality and moving forward.
So I have another question. Oh,
yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Sue.
Can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so then I'm trying to figure out a way to use this to help me with my business and with my prospects. Can you give me an example for that?
Very good question. For customers, most of the customers, they're not going to know this, right? So you have to understand where they're coming from, and you're going to guide them into the reality that they're living right now. So yes, accept that reality, but allow them to move forward. For example, I was talking to this girl on Monday, and she was, you know, telling me all these horrible things from her past since she was 14, all of these things. And, you know, and I listen because, you know, people want to be heard, and you want to build that trust. So the only way for me to build the trust from her is by listening, by being compassionate and all of that. But after I heard, then I need to feel like, okay, let me just stop right here and then said, okay, do you want to do this? Yes. All right. So this is the moment of your decision. And this is the moment in which you have to say, let go that past and see if you're going to be strong enough to move forward and to live your present, and what is your situation right now, and if this is the vehicle that you decide to take to change your life.
Okay.
So I have to switch her from that mentality of victim to become a conqueror. And Rob Sperry in his book, he mentioned this, from victim to conquer. So how can you become conqueror? Is from now to the future. And don't worry too much about the future, because if you start thinking about the future, you're not going to live this present. And what is more in present is this moment, because tomorrow doesn't exist. Do you know that tomorrow doesn't exist?
Yes, I understand what you're saying. And then I think I've heard a saying where tomorrow doesn't exist and yesterday was in the past.
Correct.
Something like that. Something like that.
Yes.
And then you have to live right now in the present.
Yes. So if I live my present and I make myself internal and validate myself, and in Woody's class, everything, he tells you all the different keys that you can do according to your drive to be internal. You meet your drive at the beginning of the day, you know, when you start the day, you meet your drive, your entire day will be awesome. Your entire, like for me, my presence is one of my part of me, like how I look, how I present myself. So if I wake up and I put perfume and I put makeup, even if I'm going to stay in the house, if I kind of, you know, put something that I feel comfortable and feel good about it, my whole day is different. But if I stay in PJs all day, if I don't do makeup, if I don't even comb my hair, if I just, you know, throw myself there, I don't do anything for my drive, my whole day is going to blow up. So for me to become bigger, better, and stronger, I have to meet my drive.
Okay. Okay.
And once I do, when I meet my drive, I'm internal. I'm internal. For Woody, if I remember correctly, for relators, you probably write in a journal, call somebody, do something for your family at the beginning of the day. Once that is done, then you, oh my goodness, your day is going to be much better during that day.
Wow,
Because you have
Wanda,
met
you
the day.
know the drive, because that is
Yes.
exactly what I have to do. Like I usually
Yes.
call either I call one of my children or I do meditation, usually
Yes.
meditation first in my prayer. So
Yes. There
wow.
are when I was taking some coaching at the beginning of the year, and we divided the coach the planning in 4 areas: in faith, fitness, family, and finances. So if you take a paper and I think, let me see if I can have, let me take my camera off. If I have an example here that I can show you. Yeah. Okay. So if you take a paper, let me see, this is visible here. You take a paper and you divide it into 4 squares, and then you write fitness in 1 square, finances in another square, family in another square, and faith in another square. So you do that, and this is daily. You have to do this daily, and you can do it weekly for your entire week. What are you going to plan on those 4 areas weekly? And maybe if you do it weekly, then you put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the days of the week, what you're going to do. But for example, in family, it's not only just call them, do something different, send a nice text, and you pick a different family member every day. For faith, what are you going to do? Are you reading scriptures? Are you doing meditation? Are you doing a minute of silence? What are you doing for faith every day? What are you doing for finances? How many people I'm calling today? How many people I'm contacting today? How many postings I'm going to do today? And for how many people are inviting, how many people confirm, you do your money-making activities in finances. And for your fitness, I'm walking today, or for me, do my 30 minutes walk, or things like that. Once you have that, basically, when you finish that at the beginning of the day, you have become internal. You have the kryptonite, like your power. Once you have your power, then your day is going to be smooth because you are internal. You met your drive. Did that answer?
Yes, thank you so
Yes.
much.
You're
Do you have
welcome.
that paper too for the faith fitness?
I will take a picture and put it on the post.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much.
And Gilda, I know that you've been waiting to make a comment.
Oh, no, actually, I don't know if you've heard that, but I was, what I was telling Alvin was about what you were telling about your hair. And growing up, that you probably heard that from your surroundings, that your hair was curly, it was bad. So that's why you were being external.
Yes,
So when you actually had the coaching with Woody, that he told you that, you're being external, and, your belief, became a reality to you because that's what you heard all the time. And so you had to break that habit to be able to switch into being an internal as opposed to, being an external. Like, that's what I was commenting on what Alvin was saying, which I think Sue is also a continuation with that. So one thing also I was gonna mention, I know you said something about, you don't use the word problem. And Michael mentioned that, I think it was, I don't know if it was Monday or is that like last week, but he did mention about that. Was somebody would ask him, like, how are you doing? And if do you have a problem and stuff, he would say, no, it's not a problem. I have an improvable day. So it means, I love that. So I've been actually, when I hear that, yeah, I love that one, because it's like, oh, okay, when you're, because you can't have like, a great day all the time, but it's how you address it, how you, you feel the the impact of it. So by using the word problem, it kind of weighs you down. So,
Yes.
but if you say, oh, this is an improvable day, so it means I can
Yeah.
improve this. So it's not a
Yeah.
problem. It's not a bad day.
Yeah.
So,
This just remind me of story. One day, I pump gas in my car. Okay, so I'm putting the pump automatically. You know that it clicks when it's done, but my I think it was my windshield fluid also was low. No, hold on. Another fluid, one of the fluid in my car was low. So I go and buy it, and then I come back and I put my hood and I start putting it in. So I was putting that one in the windshield, and I didn't notice. And I then noticed that I was pouring the wrong liquid into the windshield.
oh no.
So I talked to the guy and I said, from the guy, can you help me? You know, and I have a BMW, so everything is sealed. So I couldn't even see where I'm going to put this other liquid. So anyway, I said, okay, I'm going to the mechanic, and so I closed the lid, put the gallon of liquid on the back of the car, and then closed the hood and got in my car and started driving. As I was driving off, I heard somebody honking the horn, and I'm like, what's happening? And I'm looking around, and somebody's gonna hit me or somebody's hitting somebody. But I kept going to the light, and I keep driving. And I was gonna turn left in another light. And at that moment, I decided, you know what? No, I'm going straight. When I was gonna go straight, that I looked through my rear mirror, the hose from the gas hose was hanging in my car.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So
Oh,
I got so
no.
nervous. And I turn around and I go back to the gas station, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. And I was so nervous. But because I had met my drive and I just like all excited, I jumped out of the car with excitement, and I told the guy, you know what? Today is the best day of my life. I have done something I never done before. And he looked at me like, this lady crazy or what? You know, if you do that, there's some fine. There's a fine. But and he was already like putting a yellow cone and everything in front of the pump so nobody can use it and all of that. And I'm like, you know what? I think I need a hug. And I went and grabbed the guy and gave him a hug. And he said, you know what? Go. So he let me. I'm like, am I in trouble? And he said, just go. I take care of this. So he let me go. So what this means is that sometimes you have a problem. No, you have a solution, and you have a situation, and you find solutions. And if I would go there with a different attitude, with a different energy, I'm going to be probably in big trouble, because what I understand, I get a fine for that. I was going to post it online, and I said, no, I'm not posting this online because then they're going to check what station it was, that one. And then, but it was just my attitude that got me out of trouble, because I was internal, because I took it with a positive attitude. Then things change. Right. But when you take it with a wrong attitude, then it's going to go different. The energy is going to flow differently to the negative. If you take it with a positive attitude, things are going to go to the positive attitude. And that reminds me something I heard. I keep every day I'm trying to learn something different. And when I hear it, I write it on my mirror and so on. But one of the things that give you, or the highest vibration, is the love. So love is the highest vibration. That's when I hug him and when I show love. I didn't get in trouble. So try in everything that you do to find love, to find the solution with love. And this is what I read this day. I heard this. What love is can be taught, cannot be taught, cannot be learned, but it can be recognized. Okay. So when you show love, it could be recognized, even if you don't say it, even if you don't necessarily show it, but it could be recognized. When you are dealing with your customers, when you're in front of somebody, when you're on the phone with somebody, your voice, your attitude shows that love, okay? And if you are in that vibration, things change. I'm working with another gentleman, another lead this week, and he contacted me. He is actually one of the, he was referred to me from another student, okay? And he's like, hey, my brother told me about you. I just want to know more. So I called him and everything. And I've been in this vibration of listening to him, see what he wants to. My first question is like, okay, so did you just express that you want to be in real estate? What attracting you to real estate? So I'm asking questions. Because I even think changing my strategies, because at first I told you I have this list of about 100 names there that I think I blow them all, and I think I burn all the bridges with them, because I've been blasting with text and with invitations for events, and they're warm market, so, and they know what I do. So I thought, oh, if I tell you, if I send a text, you're gonna read it and at least reply, no, I'm not interested, but nobody have replied. So I'm like, why? Because I'm not even asking questions. I'm not even, so I just thought that by sending this invitation to go to an intensive will work. And that doesn't work. We have to talk to people. Now that I talked to a lady on Monday, I talked to this other guy yesterday and today, and he attended the house tour last night, and another girl. It's like, oh, okay, this is different. I have to switch my method, my strategies. Let's listen to people. Let's have more compassion. Let's have more love for people. The first lady is like, oh, no, she's is struggling financially. So let's be compassionate. No, you want to do it? Okay, let's do strategy. You want to become ICM? Perfect. Just become ICM first. And find your way up, by selling the education. But if I have that goal, no, she needs to get a combo. Oh, no, it's not going to work, because that situation that she's in. So you have some customers who are willing, able, and ready, but you have some customers that even if they're willing, they're not able. And we have to be in that realm on understanding and showing love to people and understanding their circumstances. Does that make sense? If you want to become better, stronger, and better, big, and stronger, you have to understand others people and show love and compassion to others and understand their situations. And see, and once you hear them, once you understand where they at, then you will understand and you can give solutions to where they at. For somebody who is struggling, yeah, they want the entire combo, yes, but they may not be able to do it right now. Let's do the ICM. Let's start right there, and let's wake you way up. Let's do an essentials and profit and work your way up. That's the way that you show compassion, that you build your trust with people, and that you know that you can complete more. And in the process, you become better, bigger, and stronger. Okay. Any other comments? Let's check the chat. All right. Any questions? Pay, finances, family, fun, fitness. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you, guys. You are awesome. I want to hear somebody reading the confident, or actually the self-confident formula, because we don't want to leave the meeting without that. So I know that some people have memorized it because you said it on Monday. And who want to attempt today by memory? Who wants to attempt saying it by memory? I know Isaac may need to pass a test on Monday. Isaac, you still here? Who memorized it? I know Isaac is working on it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
did you finish memorizing it?
I have not memorized it. I really think by Monday would be
By
my
Monday. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Don't procrastinate.
I won't.
Yeah. Would you like to read it for us?
I'll read it. Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
perfect.
look at my cheat sheet as well if that's okay.
Sure. Sure. You have a few more minutes to finish this.
Okay. First, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistence, continuous action towards its attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action. Second, I understand that the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person that I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. Third, I know through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek some expression through some practical means of obtaining the object or desire or position I desire. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demand of myself the development of self-confidence. Fourth, I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim, and I will always work until I develop sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. Fifth, I fully realize that wealth or position can long endure when built upon truth and justice. I will engage only transactions that will benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces that I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve them. I have eliminated hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism, and I have developed love for all humanity, for I know that a positive attitude toward others will always bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. And lastly, I will sign my name to this formula, commit to memory, and repeat it aloud once a day in full faith that it will gradually influence my thoughts and actions, so I will become a self-reliant and successful person.
Thank you so much, Isaac. That was beautiful. And I just want to leave you with that self-confidence. So keep practicing and reading it. If you don't memorize it, read it every day. But the idea is that you want to become bigger, better, and stronger. And you can do that only and if you define your truth versus your beliefs, and you go internal versus being external. Thank you, guys. You are awesome. And I got to jump into my next meeting.
Thank you so much,
Wanda.
Wanda.
Thank you
you.
very much,
Very
Wanda.
nice call. Yeah.
My
This
pleasure.
was
Thank
great.
you.
I needed this
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you, Wanda.
Yeah.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
everyone.
Bye-bye,
You
guys.
guys are awesome. I
Right.
love the Renatus family, and I'm sorry I haven't been around, but I'm so thankful that I still get invited to the Zoom calls, because every time I tune in, you guys come with like a golden key for my life. So honestly, get up and make the greatest day ever, because you have absolutely helped me start mine.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was beautiful to end the call. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love
Bye,
it.
guys.
Cool.
That
Guys,
is
make a
awesome.
great
Love
day.
your
Love you.
message. Love.
Send love to everybody. Love for
Yeah.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Peace and
Bye.
love,
Little
guys.
guy
See
is so
Great
you.
cute
weekend, everyone.
behind you.
Thank you.
He's so cute. All
Happy
right. Thanks
Thursday,
again. Thanks,
guys.
everybody.